Vegas has Colorado as the underdog again this week versus Arizona. It's Arizona's homecoming. We play in Arizona. It's their homecoming. And we are expected to lose, according to Vegas, by 3.5 points again, just like we lost to Kansas State. Welcome back to What She Said. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Here's the message. You're going to lose to Arizona the same way you lost to Kansas State. Kansas State used the Nebraska game and scheme. Arizona is going to use the Kansas State game and scheme. What they're going to do to stop the run. We saw Coach Schumer visibly frustrated at the lack of a run game. I would say the lack of an efficient run game, because they had one, it just didn't go anywhere. And y'all heard me talk about it was mind-boggling that Dallin Hayden didn't get anywhere and it left him in the struggle. And then when they put in Agustave in, he gets a touchdown. And then they take Agustave out, put Dallin back in on the most critical play of the game. And Shedeur decided to throw the ball. Probably because Dallin Hayden didn't have a good game. Not that that was on Dallin Hayden. That's clearly on whoever drew up the plays. But the point is, it didn't work. So why go back to your most inefficient running back at the most crucial play of the game? It's things like that that cost us that game. And guess what? If they have the ability to shut down our run, because I hear Agustave is the starter, then we're in trouble. Because one thing is certain, and it's what Vegas counts on every week since the Nebraska game, that Shedeur Sanders will not have adequate protection, which means he's going to get some touchdowns in, but not as many as he could, because he's likely going to be sacked 5 times. 7 times in the Nebraska game, 8 times in the Baylor game, and 6 times in Kansas State. 6, 7, and 8 added up, divided by 3, that's the average, and that's probably what he's going to be sacked. So what that means is Vegas counts on the right side of the O-line to be ineffective. And I saw something tonight at Colorado's practice that makes me think Vegas might be on to something again. Tonight, I finally had a chance to see the O-line practicing. I always see the receivers. I typically see the defense. Tonight, I saw the O-line line up. They had on their shells. They're getting ready to leave for Arizona. And I saw Jordan Seaton taking some instruction from the coach, and I heard the coach tell him, good job on something. So then I saw the right side of the O-line. I saw 67. I think I saw 55, 58 maybe, and somebody else, right? So they had 67 lined up to the right of where Shedeur would be. And his job was to show how he tackles and spin the man out. And he spun the man right into the quarterback. And the coach was like, what? That's a quarterback right there. You can't do that. And I'm like, I hope they don't let him play. Because there's no way you could tell me 6 games in, you don't know which way to spin out your man. You're not aware of where you're standing, and you don't have any awareness of your quarterback. Coach Pat Schumer was visibly frustrated because we don't have an adequate run game. But he also gave some other instruction. He said to the O-line, y'all need to play with your hands up like this. I typically see your hands down by your side. Why is your offensive coordinator telling you that 6 games in? See what I'm saying? Like, this just seems like a lost cause. But the hope for me, just like the hope came when somebody said they were going to start 23 Agustave, I was happy about that. And I was hopeful once again at the end of that practice before it closed. I saw number 59. I looked at the depth chart earlier and I saw he was on it. And I said, that's him. He's still with us, because we lost 2 O-linemen. Some people say the grades. I really don't care what the motivation is. It just makes things harder. But there's only 2 people you need to rotate out of the game immediately, 54 and 55. And if 67 plays, it's likely going to be 67 and 55. So 59 can take one of those spots, preferably 67 or 54 spot. And then I thought I saw a number 64. All we need is 2 people, 2 different O-linemen to start on the right side of this game, and we have half a chance. 59 looks like a beast, you know, and I mean that as a compliment. And if you know that the other 3 aforementioned players that have played Nebraska, Baylor, Kansas State, if you know they have played and have allowed Shedeur to be sacked 23 times, why put them in? You can guarantee your result. If at the last practice, before getting on the flight to go to the game, you watch number 67 spin his man into the quarterback, why put him in? So that's my hope. 23 starts as running back. We have some creative run plays. Not the same run plays from Kansas State and Nebraska, because they will be using those. And 59 and someone else starts instead of 67, 55, and 54. Meaning adjustments to the O-line as to who's going to start. Okay, so here's my prediction for the game. If we have a solid O-line, we get 49 points. If we don't, and Shedeur is sacked 5 times or more, say it's 5 to 7 times, I would say we might end up with 28 points again. The more sacks, the less you're going to score. I know Shedeur is unflappable, but he's also human. And even though he doesn't get rattled, he is aware that he might get sacked a 6, 7, or 8 time. So he tries to get rid of the ball, and that's how he threw that interception in the Kansas State game. I watched it twice. Number 58 just fell backwards as if he wasn't there at all, and fell right into Shedeur, and he got the ball out of his hand. It was too high for Draylon, and it was overthrown. So that's what happened. If we can avoid all this pressure to Shedeur, we can get 49 points. We can win this game, and we can win the rest. But if we lose this game, I'm telling you, some heads are going to roll. Because one thing is clear from the UCF game. We have the talent. We're just not making the managerial decisions to play the right people. Okay, that's it for me. I hope y'all enjoyed the view. Let me know your predictions. What do you think the final score will be for Colorado versus Arizona? Peace. Thank you for watching.